Hey, so in this video I'm going to be re-reviewing the Panasonic VXF1 camcorder. Now, if you watched Cutting the Caboose, my other video blog channel, you'll know that I declared this the best camera you can buy for video blogging. Is it still the best camera? Stay tuned. Here's the thing that we often get. Everybody tells you that if you're a serious creator, if you're a serious YouTuber, you have to use a fancy camera, an SLR type camera, a mirrorless camera, or a DSLR, because that's what everybody has to use, and it has to be Canon, right? Everyone knows that. Yeah, no. Wrong. The best camera is the one that you have in your pocket, to be honest with you. Now, you can do an awful lot armed with only a cell phone. An awful lot. In fact, many creators make a full-time living just creating content with their cell phones, and they do fine. However, if you're a bit of a gadget geek, or if you just enjoy videography and photography, then you're going to want to get better cameras, or more suitable cameras. And something that I'm always going on about is convenience. Now, I like to spend time doing setups. The camera I'm using right now is a Sony a7 III. Wonderful camera. It allows me to easily do this sort of soft background focus shot. I'm nice and bright and sharp, but it's an expensive camera with an expensive lens, and it takes some time to set up. But that's okay in a studio environment. But if you're out and about running and gunning, you just want to get on with shooting some videos, they really aren't that practical, I'll be honest with you. Enter the camcorder. And here's the thing. I've got the a7 III, I've got a GH5 in the other studio. The bedroom camera is a Sony a6500. As you can see, I'm surrounded by all kinds of fancy tech, and yet I use this camera, actually the cheapest of all my cameras, a camcorder, more than any other probably more than all three other cameras combined. And here's the thing. It's grab and go. You pick it up, you turn it on. Okay, you're going to see the ring light right there. And you press shoot. It is the perfect point and shoot camera. And it's a video camera. It's designed for doing video. And it does it very well. Let me give you some of the specs on this. First of all, it's a very modern camera. So it has low light capabilities like you wouldn't believe. It's got a great big sensor. It's got a 25mm lens. So it's fantastic for doing selfies and talking headpieces. You just stick a handle on it, hold it out in front of you, and boom, off you go. It supports 4K, it supports HDR, it's got an insane optical zoom and digital zoom. 32 times optical zoom, it's bonkers. With the digital zoom, it's so sharp you can practically read somebody else's books. It's amazing. It has a ton of built-in trick shot modes for super slow motion, dolly zooms, special effects shots. It supports Wi-Fi, it supports multiple cameras over Wi-Fi, so you can link loads of these things together. A little bit of a niche technology, but still kind of useful. It's got a built-in level shot gimbal, so it kind of helps you stabilize the image left and right. It's got multi-access hybrid optical image stabilization, which is so good when you're walking around with it. Seriously, I just walk around with this thing, recording and shooting. It's so stable. It's amazing. The battery that comes with it will last a couple of hours in real-world use. You plug in that bad boy, a big fat extended battery. I ran this all day off one battery with no problems whatsoever. There's a cold shoe mount, so you can plug in extra microphones. It's got a headphone and mic jack. These things are awesome. Now look, they're not that good at doing this sort of fancy setup shot, but for run and gun, for something that you want to work on full auto, it's brilliant. But you can also do, manual exposure, manual white balance. I do recommend that you carry your cards around with you, your little white balance cards. If you watch Cutting the Caboose, my video blog, you'll see I had some issues recently where the white balance on auto kind of went a little bit bonkers on some of the makeup videos I've done recently. So white balance cards are for the win. But if you get one of these and you learn how to use it, it is a brilliant first camera. And also you don't have some of the issues that you have with still cameras that also do video. For example, this will shoot continuously for hours in 4K. It won't get hot. It'll just, it won't get too hot. Whereas a lot of still cameras in 4K will shut down after 10 minutes, or they've got a 20-minute recording limit, or all kinds of problems. This doesn't have that. It's very light. Again, in VidCon, I had loads of people asking me what camera I was using, because everyone was running around with these heavy DSLRs and mirrorless cameras with multiple lenses and this heavy rig. And after a couple of hours of that, it is exhausting. I was dancing around the floor all day with this and a lavalier microphone. It was brilliant. It's so light. You can put it in your bag. Superb. And for my day-to-day videos, and this is also the camera I use on my windscreen mount. The optical image stabilizer and the full auto mode is perfect for a car. When you're driving around, you've got changing light lighting conditions, it's a really challenging place, unless you've got a camera that's brilliant at full auto. So again, very, very useful. So then, is this the perfect camera? Well, no, it's just very useful. There are some things I really wish this camera had. For example, it's only got a single SD slot, which is okay, but if something happens to that card, you could lose an entire day of footage, whereas my other cameras all have dual SD slots, so there's like a built-in backup. I use multiple cards through the day just to be on the safe side, and that's something if you're out and you're shooting in a show or an environment where you have your computer with you, make regular backups. You only lose your data once. You never do it again. You know what I'm saying? It's not weatherproofed. Some of the more expensive mirrorless and DSLR cameras will have, you can use them in damp conditions, in drizzle for example. This is not. Its lightness and its plastic body is also, means it's a prosumer camera. It's a high-end consumer camera. It's not pro. That means it's an all-plastic chassis. Some of the more expensive cameras will come in with an aluminium chassis with some weatherproofing and dual card slots, but they're bigger, heavier, and you pay more. So you need to work out exactly what you want from your camera. It comes in at about £850, which is not bad considering this does so much. And as a full auto point and run and gun, I don't have a better camera. It's as simple as that. So there it is. If you're looking for your first camera and your primary use is video in a variety of different scenarios, I would seriously consider you take a look at a modern camcorder. I don't really know why camcorders aren't in trend anymore, because they're perfect for shooting video. It's what they're designed to do. So I hope you found that useful. That is my quick re-review of the Panasonic VXF1 camcorder. I feel like I'm doing a crusade here. I'm trying to bring back camcorders into the public domain because they're great and people overlook them and they really shouldn't. I hope you found this useful. As always, what do you think? What camera are you using? Leave your comments in the comment section below. As always, if you're new to my channel and you want to be kept informed of this sort of content, if you're a creator, this is useful to you, hit that subscribe button, hit that alarm bell, and boom, or ding, or whatever. So thank you so much. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Even a dislike, all engagement is good. Popping up on the left or the right or over there is the last video I recorded, and below that is the one YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the very next show. Bye! Mwah.